The Ministry of Public Security Investigation Police Department on Drug-Related Crimes and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration jointly hold the International Drug Enforcement Conference in the Asia-Pacific in Da Nang on March 26 to 27th. This is the second time Vietnam and the U.S. have coordinated to hold the mini-IDEC, demonstrating Vietnam's international role and responsibility in solving the global drug problem for the Far East in general and the U.S. in particular. The forum attracts over 100 delegates from 18 countries and territories. During the 2 days conference, delegates aim to assess the situation and emerging developments of drug crime in the region, as well as difficulties, obstacles, and solutions to improve cooperation efficiency in the face of increasingly sophisticated and cunning drugs smuggling methods. The Vietnam Korea University of Information and Communication Technology in the central city of Da Nang on March 26 launched a program on human resources training for integrated circuit design.
Standing Vice Chairman of the Municipal People's Committee, Ho Ki-min, said that the training program is an essential step in the city's strategy of promoting high-quality human resources development. The program demonstrates a commitment to strengthening cooperation between the government, private businesses, and universities to develop high-tech talents in Vietnam. When completing the training, students can build a practical IC design curriculum to be ready to deploy training.
Thanks to rising prices, the coffee industry continuously set many records in terms of export value. The coffee industry is forecast to reach a new peak in 2024 after a record export of $4.18 billion in 2023.
According to the General Department of Customs, in the first 2 months of 2024, Vietnam exported about 394,000 tons of coffee, bringing in a value of about $1.25 billion, an increase of 15.1% in volume, and an increase of 67.7% in value compared to the same period last year. According to a report by the Vietnam Coffee Cocoa Association, in the 2022-2023 crop, Vietnam's coffee export reached $4.08 billion, the highest level ever. The coffee market is in a period of favorable prices, focusing on the Robusta, the type of coffee for which Vietnam is the #1 supplier globally. The current sudden increase in coffee prices is due to a decrease in Robusta output of nearly 20%, partly due to the influence of climate change and the strong impact of the El Niño phenomenon.
A train route named Central Heritage Connection, linking Hue City in the central province of Thừa Thiên Huế and nearby Da Nang City, was put into operation on March 26. The route is part of the efforts to enhance local connectivity and promote tourism.
During the about 3-hour journey of Central Heritage Connection, tourists can admire the magnificent natural beauty along Hai Vân Pass, dubbed Thiên Hạ Đệ Nhất Hùng Quang, or the world's most marvelous wonder, and also among the 10 most beautiful drives in the world, as selected by renowned U.S. magazine Travel Leisure, with one side being Trường Sơn mountain range and the other the sea before reaching Da Nang, which boasts one of the 6 most beautiful beaches on the planet. On the way back from Da Nang to Huế, tourists can set foot in the former capital of Huế, home to various heritage sites. In particular, riding either trips departing Huế for Da Nang and vice versa in the morning or the afternoon, tourists can enjoy the splendid sunrise or sunset scenes on Lăng Cô, one of the most beautiful bays in the world, and taste typical local delicacies.
A QR code can replace a tour guide, providing knowledge about monuments and red addresses visually and vividly. The youth project of digitizing relics and red addresses has been replicated nationwide, proving that creativity and digital transformation have penetrated and spread value in society.
Tourists or people visiting Trần Pagoda can use their smartphones to scan the QR code attached like this to look up and find out information and historical stories of the pagoda in two languages, Vietnamese and English.
By scanning the QR code, you will find all the information about the sites. It's simple and useful.
We have implemented QR codes in some famous destinations in the capital city. This has proved effective, especially during special occasions like Tết.
Since 2020, the Ho District Youth Union has pioneered digitizing 38 relics and red addresses in the area, collecting data, information, and images to integrate into QR codes. Each QR code at each relic points to a separate address that integrates complete information and images about the relics and red addresses and can be updated. From the effectiveness and convenience of this model, thousands of monuments across the country have now been digitized. Digitizing historical cultural relics and red addresses is a youth project that shows the union's members' pride in their homeland traditions and contributes to educating the young generation about revolutionary ideals and serving the tourist development goals.